Hello, this is Claude, and today I'm reviewing the Neewer FW568 a camera field monitor. It's a 5.5-inch monitor. I'm using it myself to go with my Sony A7 Mark III camera, and the viewfinder, but the screen behind the camera does not flip around, so I wanted to have a monitor to go with that. I was not ready to buy a Atomos Ninja yet. These are about $1,000, so I wanted a quick solution, something that was going to be within $200. Actually, it's $125 US, more or less. So I'm gonna just do quickly a walk around of the product, what comes in the box, what I like about it, what could be improved, and I'm gonna try to make it within 5 to 8 minutes. All right, non-scripted. So there we go. Neewer FW568. Let's go see if there's anything on the box. It's a 4K camera, 5.5-inch camera monitor, made in China, and nothing here in the box. All right. What came in the box? All right. So the camera came packaged with this, seal, their foam seal, which is pretty good. So it was very well packed. So no issue there. One of the things that it didn't say, and I bought my own cable here, video cable, micro HDMI to HDMI to go to my Sony 4K video camera. And if I would have seen in the description that it came with 2 cables, then I wouldn't have to buy the additional one. But it didn't mention on the Amazon website when I bought it. So I'm telling you, it comes with 2 cables. It comes with the the mini HDMI to standard HDMI male, and it comes with another one, which is the micro HDMI to standard HDMI. Right, so it comes with 2 cables. So that is one thing that's good to know. It was not in the specs that I read. Right, comes with a little certificate of warranty of quality control. All right, comes with a customer service information, so the phone numbers to call if you have any issue, the website, or you can scan the QR code. That's what it is. Comes with a little washing cloth. That's good. And it comes with the manual. So things that were not said or that couldn't see on the website. So what it comes with, and I'll go through that. It comes with the little visor here. All right, I'll talk about it. But the sun hood, the L-mount bracket, the 2 cables, the cloth, the quick start, and I'm gonna go through. Let's go do the specs. I'll go through the rest after that directly. So the specifications are right here. So it's 5.5-inch monitor, 1920 by 1080, display area 120 by 68 millimeters, display ratio 16:9, 450 nits or CD by square meter. And then this is it's not as bright like the Ninjas and all that. I think they're above 1,000, but still good enough. A lot of the lower end cameras are at like 350, 400, so that's not that bad. Contrast 1000:1, viewing angle, right, left and right 89, and then 89 degrees. HDMI, power input, I'm going to talk a little more about that, but DC 7 to 24 volts, I'm going to talk about this, with 9 watts, so it's going to help us calculate if I do the 24 volts at 9 watts. It's going to give us a power supply of 24 volt DC of about 375 milliamps. So if you get the, I'll talk about it after. Working temperature 0 to 60 degrees Celsius, and then the weight 153 grams, all right? And then the different HDMI, resolution that it takes, all right? A whole bunch of them, all right? So it gives about here 4K at 24 hertz. So all right, so the unit itself, let's go through the buttons and what it does, all right? So first of all, you've got on the side, you've got the here you've got the DC in and out. So I've got an adapter, and it's a 24 volts, 1 amp, and with the center pin positive, and I have, and it's like I said, it's a 1 amp. The unit itself takes about 375 milliamps. So if you want to, if you find a 24 volts, DC adapter, DC the voltage, 24 volt, 500 milliamps or 1 amp is just fine. And do not go with 12, go with the 24. I've seen that if I go with 12, volts, when I connect to the computer will have a hard time, recognizing the screen goes on and off. 24 volts is not an issue. And then the plug type over there, it's 2.1 millimeter inside diameter and to 5.5. So these are millimeters. These are the most common. One of the things that I'm going to say, and I'm going to go, you got the HDMI in as well. You got the HDMI out, because you can go out and record on another device and send the signal to another monitor. And let me go talk about here the voltage. All right, so you've got the voltage out. All right, you got 8 volts DC out. And one of the things that I've seen, and I'm going to show it right here, is that if you've got the voltage out, so you want to power something else, this is 8 volts voltage out, and I'm going to put it on my multimeter. If you are using a DC power adapter, it's not going to give you your 8 volts. You can see here I've got 0.6, and it's going to, I think I go back down to 0.3. So you don't even have 1 volt. So that doesn't work for that, all right? So what you will need to do if you want to use that additional power, you need to put the batteries, and then the batteries do not come with the product, right? You don't have a battery. So me, I bought the RAV Power batteries, the Sony NP-F550 style, and let's connect it and let's see what happens. Look, you can see the multimeter here is at 6.28. Let's see what happens when I can put the battery in. Right there, and it gives my 8.4 volt right there. So this is one thing that if you connect with the DC adapter and then you see, well, there's no power coming out. Yeah, it doesn't go through. There's no throughput. All right. So if you use the battery, then it's gonna work. All right. I'm gonna talk about the battery. There's various options. There's Neewer, and then there's RAV Power that sells a. And let's go see now that I proved my point of the voltage. You're gonna see the voltage drop on the multimeter as I remove the battery. There you go, dropping to nothing. Yeah, the battery here, it's a 7.2 volt, 2900 milliamp per hour. So this is RAV Power, and there's other ones that are for by Neewer with the charger. There's these last about 2 hours on the monitor, continuous screen time on the monitor. There's another set, I think it's RAV Power also. They have a beefier one, which is 6,000 milliamp per hour. So I would recommend to get the beefier one. All right, so I went cheap on this one. I should have gotten the bigger one. All right, so that is a comment right there. So I was talking about the bottom part as well on this. So you've got here in the bottom side, so you got the 8 volts out, you've got the headphone, USB. The USB is to charge devices, 5 volts device. It is not to power, but to power the monitor itself. It is to power out. Let's connect this here, and let's see what happens, if anything happens. And as you can see, it's gonna start charging. It's completely dead. I didn't charge it for a couple of days. And then you can see here that it's starting to charge the phone. So the power here is power out. It is not power in to charge. It doesn't say the manual. So this is why I make the point, because it is not mentioned in the manual what the USB port, if it's incoming or outgoing power. All right. So on the other side here, on the right side, you've got the power. You got the 1/4 20 to put the bracket. And you've got here for the menu. You've got the menu buttons. You've got the menu and left, right, up, and down. And when you go into the menu, and I'm going to go into the menu, show just a couple of things that I don't like. If I'm going to click on the menu, and then the menu also use as the escape button, or the one step back in the menu. So when you drill down in the menu with the right arrow, you cannot use the left arrow to get back up in the menu. It is the menu button that acts like the escape or the one level back up. All right. One last thing I want to do is that the screen runs hot. Let me just put this here, and then I'm going to try to see if it is going to see on the camera, but it runs at it's 48 Celsius. Well, it was 48 when I was on the screen here. It's 49. I've got a reading of 49.2. So the top part of the screen is warmer. It runs at about 47, 49 degrees Celsius. If I go below, I'm at 31, 33 on average. But the top part of the monitor is the one that runs hot. Like I said, I'm right here. The top left is the one that gets the warmest, and it usually goes to 49.5. I'm at about 50 degrees. I don't know if it's going to show on the camera, but I'm at about 49 degrees, 48 degrees right there. All right, so it runs hot. So if you touch it and all that, so this is why it says that there's a vents on the monitor, the back vents, and the image is different than the product, the image on Amazon. The Amazon, it shows like little vents in the front, but do not plug these vents. But I don't know, I think that the vents for my unit are in the back. They barely, they're barely up to the task. So it runs hot, but usually electronic components are good to up to what, I would say, usually 90 degrees Celsius before you have any issues. So the only thing, last thing I want to comment here I'm going to go in the menu, is if I use this on the camera, if you just tilt the, first of all, it's not a touchscreen. So you see this like, okay, I'm going to zoom back or what. It's not a touchscreen. It doesn't relay the information, obviously. It just shows what I have on my camera, but it's not a touch screen, all right? You need to realize that. It's 130 bucks a unit, right? So it doesn't do that. And one of the things that it doesn't do either is that if you want to just turn around if you're behind the camera, you want to use this, it's mounted on your camera, on the cold shoe, and then you're looking at it, but you want to go on the other side, if you're a vlogger and all of this, you want to see yourself, you cannot if you just turn if you're in the back of the screen, you're here, if you want to turn it around, the screen is not going to flip by itself, all right? It will not flip by itself. So you have two options. Either take it out of the cold shoe and remove it and turn it around, because the bracket itself, there's no lifting mechanism that you can just lift and switch the bracket while leaving it in the cold shoe. You can do that. The bracket, even if you unscrew it, I've got the little setup here, but even if you unscrew, there's no way to turn it. You would have to remove it and then turn it around, all right? So, or if you want to if you just want to flip the screen, releasing the screw a little bit, turn the screen around, what you can do, and I will do it right now with the menu, I will go into the menu, and then we'll use the down arrow, all right, up and down, down. In the video configuration, I'm going to go video configuration, go to the right, then go down. I will flip, I will flip horizontal if you want a mirror, right? If you want a mirror. So I will do that, and I will right click it. What it does is that, as you can see, it doesn't keep the menu. It flips everything, including the menu. All right. So sometimes you want to have it in a mirror mode and do the horizontal flip, or the vertical flip is the same thing. It flips the menu as well. So after that, it's still awkward to be able to navigate through the menu once this is flipped. All right. So I'm going to just right click again to change it. There you go. So now I'm back to no. So that's one of the things I want to show, that there's no auto flipping of the monitor itself. So it's all it's all rigid, like it's all set. You got the hood here, the front, the hood goes on the top, right? The thing is that you cannot, the hood is with the plastic bracket of the hood and the little protector, it velcros together, right? The thing is that you cannot mount the little hood while the camera is on the stand, because it's not going to go through here with the bolt, to the 1/4-20 screw. So you need you cannot just put it in, drop it back out without removing that. It's not a big deal, but it's just like, it would be convenient if you were shooting something and said, it becomes very sunny or something, say, oh, I'm going to put it after the fact, then it's a little inconvenient. Same thing, if you flip the screen, the hood is going to be in the bottom part. Then to remove it, you need to remove it's a 30-second thing back and forth. There's no problem, but it's still not very convenient. So overall, my conclusion for so this is a 125 US dollar product, and I wasn't ready to get Atomos Ninja, which I'm going to get at some point, the 5 or the 7-inch version. But it's still $1,000 to $1,200 US. I'm not ready for it right now. Just needed to see something, and I will say that for the price, I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it, and then it works very well, and I've had no issue with this, just with the little quirks that I just mentioned. But other than that, I'm very pleased. For the value, it's a great value, and I recommend it. All right, thanks for watching, and see you at the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.